Okay, we're back at it again, guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. We're going to just gonna start by letting you guys know what I got done. My hands are all filthy. I'm not sure if you guys can see that. So filthy from inserting. I did a whole bunch of work behind the scenes, but I inserted all of the linear rods into the part that needs it. So I was just doing that this morning. So my hands are a bit filthy. But welcome, guys. Welcome, 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 welcome. We're gonna start off by just continuing to work on the axis first. So basically the motor mounts, we're gonna worry about the top and then we'll do the bed after. We'll see what we can get done. But yeah, we're gonna start off with just working on the top. So I'm gonna continue where I left off. See if I can grab my phone here and keep up with the comments that comes in. I find it the easiest way to do this. Alright, so we're good there. Put in a little bit more music because I can hardly hear it over the stream. A little bit more music making sure I hear some of the music. Awesome. Alright, great. Awesome. Hey Conley, welcome buddy, welcome back. We're about to start. I got some stuff printing here in the Iron Man V1.8. It's printing some stuff I needed. I still got a few things to print. I forgot about some spacers, so that's an easy print. I'll show you guys what I got done. I went ahead and do the M4 extruder. So I'm gonna show you guys. It looks really, really nice. I'm really liking the black and brown. So got the extruder mounted last night. Went to bed pretty late actually. I went to bed around 3, almost 4 o'clock in the morning, but works. Click nicely. Nice click. So yeah, it's all set. Got the board, got the casing off. Installed the Big Tree Tech 2209 stepper driver for the sensorless homing on the X. So that's already done. So right now we're just gonna continue by putting the motors together and everything. So we're gonna work on the top and then work our way down. It's printing some. So it's printing the. So someone modded the casing for the Legacy. So the little mesh area, there's like the honeycomb pattern. The Voron guys designed it to print all in one, but I realized not everybody printer can bridge really well. Mine can bridge pretty well, but I just like that you can do a different color for the honeycomb. So they cut the honeycomb off so you can do a different color instead of having all in one. So I'm having black honeycomb against the brown. So picture this. with the black honeycomb against it. It'll look really, really nice, create a nice contrast. So that's the purpose of that. And I'm printing the spool holder, and this housing here is for this housing that I printed. I'm printing the cover for it, but this is for the MOSFET, 25 amp MOSFET, because this bed will be powered by a 350 watt Kinovo silicon heat pad. And it's 24 volts. So I'm using a MOSFET to drive it instead of an SSR. So I don't need to worry about adding a thermal fuse to it, even though listen, man, I live carefree. I didn't even put a thermal fuse on that bed, okay? And the only reason why was, one, because it was going to take forever to come from AliExpress. I did order some though, but it was going to take forever to come from AliExpress for the thermal fuse. And two, I'm using a 100 amp SSR, way overkill. It's barely using anything. Like, it's barely using the power of the SSR. So honestly, I don't see it failing because I'm not using the full load from the SSR. And then when I'm heating this bed up, I have the maximum power draw of 60% instead of 100%. So it's pulling at 60% from the SSR. So the SSR is fine. Like, it's not gonna blow up or anything like that. So I'm not worried about it. And it's a decent price SSR. It's like 14 bucks on Amazon. I bought a different SSR though for the V1.8. If I can find it. I know I tossed it down somewhere around here. I don't know if I can find it. But it's oh, there we go. It's a nice SSR. This one is like 18 bucks. It's also an 100 amp. And I did 100 amp for overkill. It's cheap enough where I can just get an 100 amp SSR. Just for the fact that I just want to make sure that SSR have a ton of headroom. So another 100 amp SSR. This was $18 on Amazon. So again, it's not going to use half the power it's rated to use, so it's all good. So yeah, so overkill, but hey, if it's cheap, why not buy it? Alright, so let's continue to install everything here. And like I said, I have all of the bearings, all of the linear rods bearings all installed. I went ahead and put them in so it's easy for me to just deal with it instead of just fighting with it. So let's do the other motor and then we'll move on to the rest of the stuff. I'm going to bring you guys in closer. That way you can see what's going on, what I'm doing. Oh, uh-oh. Dropped my phone looking at it. Alright. Need to loosen this up some more. It's being held on pretty well here. Don't want to take it all the way apart yet. I just want to take off the motor before I attempt to do this and take it off. There we go. Alright, here comes the fun part. I'm going to go ahead, now that the motor is kind of loose, I don't necessarily have to have it hanging off here. I went ahead and fixed this last night, but now that it's loose, I can kind of just do what I need to do and make sure it's all good. But like I said, I'm using, this is the stepper online 92 ounce stepper motor, so yes, it's very overkill for this type of setup. It's unnecessary, but as you can realize with all my printer builds, they're all overkill for no reason. But I like quality parts in my stuff, and that's why I just go ahead and do it. Go ahead and take this motor off. Yeah, this build is not going to take too long, honestly. I think it's just one of the easier builds other than the switch wire. But I'm glad I'm doing it live stream because it's out there for anybody who wants to attempt it. It's pretty easy. I know it's not a popular build from Voron, but, you know, I like it. I actually looked into the Voron 1.6, and yeah, it was linear rods. It was pretty old school, but I really like the concept, and it's cool that he did a throwback design to what started this all. So why not build a printer that started all of this, you know? I think it's pretty nifty. Look at that big boy. It's a massive motor, man. Alright, let me take this out as well. Okay, there we go. Put that in my bucket. This is my little all the previous part collection bucket, so anybody who wants the PETG printed parts, I'll also include the bearings and everything. So if you want it, let me know. I'll definitely ship it off to you. I need big boys. Gotta be careful with these bearings here. After looking last night, I bought myself a very nice torque screwdriver. I think it has 10 Newton meters of torque, so it's pretty torquey. Pretty decent price, nice little kit. After we discussed it, so it should be here tomorrow. I'm excited for that. Let's take this right away. I'm going to turn this around like so. Just goes like that. So we need exactly what I did last night. Make it easy on me. Doing exactly what I did last night because that worked. Now I'm going to kind of pre-catch this. There we go. And then we can take this, kind of like start adding back stuff. I'm missing a washer. I'll add one here. It's okay. That's probably why the belt wasn't on properly, because I probably didn't have enough the correct spacing. So I'm glad I'm kind of redoing this. Need another washer. So, yep, I grabbed some more washers. So for this stack, you need like 4 washers in total, 2 in between. Here comes the tricky part. Get the last washer on there. Come on. Oh, one of my wife's stuff fell off the wall here. I guess it lost its ability to stick. There we go, and let me be careful and see if I can. There we go, lift. There we go, got it, guys. That was much easier than doing that last night, because that's last night that was pretty rough, trying to get it. There we go. And you don't need to tighten it down because we got to put the motor and everything else in. So you just want to hold it in place, nice and loose still, until we get everything back in. All right, so I'm making sure the gearing is matched up with, yep, it was off a little bit. So I wasn't fully, yeah, that's why. I wasn't fully aligned. So I'm gonna have to pop it on and make sure that's fully aligned. And that was the problem earlier. I was not fully aligned. Okay. So make sure I get the motor the right way, because it needs to be at the back. So, and then sits like this. All right. don't want to tighten it down. Like I said, don't tighten anything yet in this step. You're just trying to hold everything in place loosely. So you make sure everything is there, and then you can kind of snug it, but don't tighten it because you will need to make it loose before you put it on the frame. Don't forget this. This is your tensioner. Do not forget this part. Now, I actually did this wrong. It was supposed to be on the inside, but I'm not worried. It should hold, and I'm not going to tighten up everything. So, but when you actually do this, you're supposed to put the heat insert from the inside, from this side, instead of what I did here yesterday on that side. So it's no big deal. It shouldn't cause a problem, but if it does, it's an easy print. But it shouldn't cause a problem. Grab this real quick. I'm just trying to line it up, guys, so I can put it in here. There we go. That keeps it from shifting. And we can put it on. Have the screw hold it. There we go. Alright, that's cool. And then we can continue to screw this down. Just to hold it in place. That looks good. Alright, so now it's back on. Idlers are there. Nothing is really tightened down, so I'm now just got to match up the... Let me bring this idler down just a little bit more so it's more even. Not tightening anything, just kind of bring this down so I can line up the... So as you can see, I'm not sure if you guys can see that really well, but the head needs to line up with the top idler right here, okay? Right now it's not in line, so that's probably what caused my belt to get snagged and caught in a bunch of issues. So just make sure this is aligned with this idler right here, okay, with the top idler. So let me go ahead and do that. So let me see what it's at. I need to come down just a hair from what it looked like. Looking at it. Looks like it's in line though. Nah, I need to come down just a hair after looking at it here. I'm loosening the grub nuts right now. I'm just making sure it doesn't slide all the way off. And then bring it down just a hair. There we go. Alright. No, a little bit more. Yep, Alright, we're solid. We're solid now. That looks really good. I don't know. Hold on. I'm so meticulous. That's why I hate messing with stuff like this. I'm such a perfectionist that it got to be in line. That's just me. But I'm satisfied. Okay, that's good. I'm satisfied right there. Now I know a lot of people put lock, like I don't remember what it's called, Loctite on these things. I never use Loctite on my stuff, and the grub nuts, you know, with 2 grub nuts, they seem to hold. But I'm not. I guess I can understand the need for Loctite, but isn't that a little too excessive? You think? I think that's a little excessive. Not for this type of hobby, at least in my opinion. All right, that looks good. So now we're gonna go ahead and slide it back on here. There we go. That's it. So I'm gonna pre-run the screws to keep this in place, and then we can worry about the rest of the gantry. So let me go back and add back those screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's catch these. Tight, just need to catch them. Is this too short or something? Oh, no, it's the same screw. There we go. Right. Yeah, this is short. I'm not sure what that was. All right. Go, slide over here. Check one. I'm not using hammerhead screws here. I'm using the in-channel nuts for these. I pre-ran them. In this case, it's just better to do it this way. All right, everything is kind of loose right now. Like I said, nothing is really tight. It's just to keep everything in place, because when we run the belt, then we can really kind of tighten down everything, but it's just really to keep things from shifting, moving around too much, kind of like that. We don't want to go overly tight. All right, cool. All right, now these 2 are ran. So now we just got to worry about trying to see what's next here. Add in the rest of these. Alright, let's put these back as well for this side. still hurts. That still really hurts. Trying to get the there we go. Here we go. There we go. Alright, all 4 screws are catch. Now we can slide them how we want. And the reason why you want them to slide, because when you run the belt, you need to go, the belt is so, it's not complex, but just like the V1.8, the belt runs at the back of the extrusion here. So you kind of want some freedom when you're running the belt to push it here, because if you don't have any freedom, you're gonna have a hard time trying to run the belt in these, look, if I put this here, and I lock them in place, right? You try to run the belt, you're gonna have a hard time trying to push the belt in its little creases. So it's best to keep them loose right now, so that way when you can shift the motor, it doesn't matter the distance, because you're still gonna have a lot of belt length, and then you can push them back and then tighten up your belt. So that's why it's good to keep these loose. Alright, so these are ran for now. So the next thing up, we're gonna put on the front idlers. So let me lift the camera up so you guys can make sure you guys can see that. Get the front idlers in. We're gonna do that next. So move this out of the way for a second. But I didn't want to use these. These are for the other one. See, this is what I forgot. Oh, so this is what I needed to print. Because apparently I didn't print enough. So I need to print like 4 more of these things. It shouldn't take that long on this machine. It should no more than like 5 minutes, something like that. So right now, I know there's a little black one for one side. See if I can find it in this hoard of stuff here. Alright, so this. Okay. That's fine. I'm just going to use the brown and then use the black for the other ones. I wanted to mix match it, but it's all good. Not mad. Alright, this goes here, right? And then this. Yeah. Yeah, that's how it works. Alright. Alright, get the idlers. just reusing parts from the previous stuff. It just makes it easier to find what I need instead of hunting for it. So this can go in my little box there. Take this as well. Alright, so now, okay, so two of these goes, okay, so two of those are for that, and then this, okay. Alright, so, you take this like so. I think this is the top side, low side. So high side, low side. So that means this goes like this. Washer. Idler. Spacer. Well, I need to put an idler first. Sorry, I almost did the wrong thing there. Not a spacer here. And when you put the spacers on, the little washer, make sure you put them on the smooth side against the bearings and the flat side against the actual printed spacer thing. Then we kind of screw it down into here. I'm not going to do it tight, just to kind of get it to grab hold without falling off. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead, slide it in here, and get Is it these? I doubt it. Let me see something. It looks much thicker, yes, so it might be these. So, okay. Then grab another one. We're gonna go under. Alright, so now we're just going to move it all the way back as far as you can. So it needs to line up with the end of your extrusion as far as back as you can. We want to tighten this side up because this we can tighten up. We don't have to mess with this side. That stopped that from shifting. Okay, we need to shift it out just a little. that's tight. So then we make sure this is all lined up in as well. Make sure that's lined up because you don't want it off center as you won't be able to put the rods in. So make sure it's lined up. I use the back of the extrusion, so there's a cutout. I just push the bottom one all the way in the back corner of the extrusion, all the way, then tighten to that one because I know that's going to be my line. And then I use the top one and the bottom one here as my guide. So and I can finish kind of like tighten down, and that's the idler in. Do the other side real quick. Actually, they are pretty. Was this supposed to be here instead? No. That's correct. Oh, that threw me off big time. Yeah, that threw me off just now. I almost thought I made a mistake there, but I didn't. That threw me off. Hey ER, welcome to the stream, man. Building a Voron Legacy. No one has built that one yet, so I might as well do something a little different. Build a Voron Legacy, right? On stream. So this gotta be low. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and kind of okay, no, we need to do this from this half actually. This needs to be there. There we go. So I had it right the first time. Yeah, I would say with this build, definitely pay attention, guys, because it's so easy to mess up. Even though I did it before, so easy to get it wrong. Because this is their lower side idler, the lower belt. And I kind of got it now, so I just got to screw in the whole thing so it doesn't slip out. I think I got it though. Oh crap. Yeah, this is very awkward. Alright. Same thing, same rule apply here. We go ahead, shift this down a little, and take one of these. There we go. Push it all the way in the corner as far as you can possibly get it, and then tighten it up. Alright, that's not going anywhere. Then get one more. Make sure it's even. And this you can tighten down. Alright, idlers are on. There we go. Hey, thanks, Robert. Glad you like the apron, man. I'm using a Fadus Dragon iFlow on the Tronxy over there. Actually, the retraction settings on all my printers are 0.05. If you're going direct drive, you don't need a lot of retraction, like at least the length of the retraction. So I set mine between 0.05 to like 0.8. I don't get any stringy that way. Just make sure your retraction speed is as high as you can possibly go. My retraction speed is 50 millimeter on Cura on everything. So 50 millimeter retraction, if you can go up to 75, do it. But the faster you can get your retraction speed and at the lower length is the better, because it just works better that way. So that's my recommendation if you're using Cura. 50 millimeter retraction speed, 0.5 retraction length. Hopefully that answers your question there. Alright, so we got motor mount, got the idler's mount in the front. So now we just got to start mounting other stuff. So we need, let's see, what's next? I need 4 of the rest of the idlers. So in the meantime, since I don't have those for now, I'm just going to go ahead and work on the bottom. And then once I can print those off real quick, then I'll just come back at the top. So that way I'm not wasting time. So let's do that. I'm going to work on the bottom here and see what I can get mounted. I'm gonna wipe off some of this filth at the bottom. Make it look at least presentable. So filthy. It's just been sitting for a while, really. That's one thing I like about doing this build from this frame. You don't have to worry about nothing not being in square just because everything is pre-cut, pre-drilled. So everything is like really nicely squared. It's not blind square, you know, not blind blind joints like what Voron uses. So easy to maintain. Alright, so what can I attack? I can start getting the motor mounts here done, so let's do that. Yeah, we can take this apart and start adding my stuff in. On. That's one thing I noticed going to from PTG to ABS. It's really true that they really take the shrinkage into account. Because with the PTG parts, some of the holes came out a little bit narrow, so it's like almost like you're threading into the hole when you really should be pushing the screw into the hole. So, but I noticed with the ABS part, it works right away. Let me get my box here. Alright, so next we take off the bottom, that's fine. I'm just taking off the rods, the holder for the rods here, so I'm just removing it. I'm going to reuse all the screws. There we go. Oh, one thing that gave me a lot of issue when doing the bed, I use hammerhead screws, hammerhead T-nuts instead of these. These T-nuts would slide into the channel. and that gave me a lot of issue to adjust the bed because the hammerhead, you got to make sure it catches the aluminum, else it won't tighten up. And that was a pain, so I learned my lesson there, and I'm not using hammer nuts here. I'm going to be using the one that slides in the channel just for ease of use and just to make it less of a hassle trying to get the bed adjusted. Alright, so, and then we're going to get, yeah, I'm taking, actually I have other things for this, so I don't necessarily need this part. Though it's convenient, but I don't need it. I gotta reprint these in brown. End caps for the extrusion. And then we gotta take this off. Is that what you call it, ER? Low cereal? That's freaking hilarious. No, honestly, I just like the way it looked. There was really nothing special why I built it. I have a lot of spare parts. I actually have a ton of spare parts still. I can build easily another 2-3 printers without buying any motors, any wires, anything. I usually buy in excess, so I have enough. I've just always been that guy. And no, but I built it because when they unveiled it last year, I was like, man, I wasn't planning on building a Voron yet. I was planning on building the switch wire first because that was the coolest, it was really cool. Like, wow, Cork Z. I wasn't gonna build the Legacy, but then when they unveiled the Legacy, I'm like, that's interesting. I mean, I know it's throwback, but I'm like, linear rods, Corks Y. I have some rods. I have some extra stuff. I could make one, and that's where the idea come from. So, man, honestly, and that's my goal. My goal is to collect all of the Vorons, so I can say I have 5 of them. So right now I have 2 switch wires, one that prints in dual color, which I need to kind of tune. I still got to work on that. A regular switch wire, the V1.8, and then I'm making a 2.4, and now this Legacy. So I have 5 of the actual 6 printers, right? Yeah. I'm not building a V0 because, like I explained on the stream last night, I already have the Ender 3 Pro, and that's my V0 basically. There's no need for me to build one, unless I start getting support from the channel, like in terms of a donation, and then I'll probably go into it because this stuff gets expensive fast. Like, it gets really pricey quick. But I don't really have an incentive to build a V0 right now. It's a cool little printer though, for sure. Like, if you're limited on space, pretty neat little printer to build. Why is this on here like this? It's like literally don't want to come off. There we go. Plus, I can say this for sure, I'll be one of the only YouTubers on the stream that built this on a stream. Nobody else has, and that will kind of make me unique in that sense, because everybody has built a V1.8, everybody has built a 2.4, which is the most documented and detailed, but no one has built a Legacy. So that will make me kind of unique in that sense of building a Legacy on live. Oh yeah, absolutely. The V zeros are a little beast, man. I'm guessing that's you. Your post that you posted on the I Love 3D Print. Yeah, those are nice machines. Very very nice machines, man. Really really nice machines. Look at that. It's all done, and then my light turns green, and then my vent kicked on. Not sure if you guys can hear that, but it kicked on. Oh, I love that machine, man. Oh my God, such a nice printer. Hey Tyrone, welcome, buddy. I'm SD. Oh, you're selling yours? Oh, that's cool, man. I'm not interested in right now. I'm not interested in a V0 right now, but I appreciate the offer though. Who knows? Maybe one day down the road, I might build one for kicks and giggles. I have a ton of spare stuff. I could easily build one. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what the demand is. Depending on how much my channels grow, how much the demand is there for me to continue building this stuff, and then I might just consider the full-on collection. But for now, we'll see how that goes. I'm not like set in one way of doing things. You know, it's wherever the channel grows and wherever it wants to be. You know, it wants to take itself. I'll go that direction. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and slide in some stuff here and make sure I'm not covering up the holes I need. I'm confused just now. Just confused myself. There's two holes at the end. I don't know. Just confused myself. Ah, understand. Totally get it, man. Hey, put it on Facebook Marketplace. I'm pretty sure someone will grab it up real quick. All right, let's. This came from the top, right? Yeah, this came from top. So, like so, right? You know what? Let me look back at the CAD because I just took off the thing and can't remember exactly what it looked like. Fusion 360. Alright. Click. Open. From computer. Where are you? No, it's actually. There we go. We're loading. Hey, I appreciate that, Tyrone. I really do appreciate that, man. I'm really digging this brown and black scheme. Wait till you see it all come together. It's gonna look really, really cool. Instead of using the LCD in the front, I'll be using this Amazon Fire HD 7 to view it from the web. I'm gonna probably run fluid on this one. And so I'm using this as a way to kind of mount it right here. It'll be sitting right here. So that way I can see what it's doing. I can control it from the web and everything. So it's gonna look, when I'm done with this, it's gonna be one of the nice looking printer as well too. So trying to see how this CAD go. Okay, so the big boys are on top. Okay. Alright, I got it. So out of the way. Which is out of the way around, out of the way around. So okay, so it looks like this. Okay, yeah, that's the way it sits. Yep, looks like that. Alright, cool. Alright, sweet. So we gotta get our I know. I appreciate that. Yeah, I figured. When you told me that there was not a brown legacy, I looked and I couldn't find any color similar to this one. This one is like a chocolate milk brown. It's like really brown. But I was super happy. I mean, if someone had the brown, that was okay too. It just means both of us just have it. But when I looked and no one had this, I'm like, yes, no one had this. So this will be unique within itself. It's a legacy, brown and black. Yeah, it's on a whole nother, a whole nother part of the spectrum in colors. So super excited about that. Right now I'm just kind of feeding some in-channel T-nuts, which is right now better for in this case because it allows me to slide and adjust these. Need 8 in total. Yeah, I need 8. But yeah, this is not a hard build at all. This is pretty easy. You just got to pay attention what you're doing. I recommend having the CAD up because there's no manual at the moment. So, you know, you just have to use a CAD as a guide. Okay, sweet. Now we can go ahead and remove all the screws from this. Yes, I'm using the ABBN, which stands for Afterburner Bad Noob. I love that new Fine Duct mod for the Afterburner. I don't know why they don't make it standard. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't dislike the stock Afterburner. It's nice. I love that you can flip up the bottom hot and cooler, and it's pretty cool. But this new one, it's better. It's better because you have more concentrated air flow on the nozzle. You're using a bigger fan, the 5015 fan versus the 4020 blower, so more air. It's more concentrated and it's wider. If you notice how the arches, it's a lot more wider away from the actual hot end. That's good because then your hot end won't melt from heat, like from massive heat radiating from your hot end. Plus, it's best to use your hot end with the sock, the silicone sock, because it helps keeps the heat on your hot end in, and help prevent heat from going out towards the plastic part. So there's a lot of benefit to the design, but I really do love the ABBN fan duct mod. Like, it's gonna go on all my printers anyway. It's just a matter of time for me to print it. But as you can see, I already have it. I already have it pre-printed in brown. It's gonna look really nice. So really cool mod. Also using a BL Touch with this. I know a lot of guys and Vorons don't use BL Touch, but in this case, someone came up with a BL Touch mod, and it sits nicely. I'm gonna show you the housing for it. It just sits really nicely. I'm gonna show you. Oh, before I show you guys that, I want you guys to look at my M4. So this is my M4 extruder. Came out really nice, guys. Look at that. That is so clean. Yeah, my print quality is on point with that V1.8. It's just amazing. And then this is the mod to take a BL Touch. So the BL Touch goes on the inside there, and then there's a little cover. I'll show you the cover. Alright, there we go. So there's this little cover, and that cover sits right here in front of the BL Touch. So that looks really cool. So that prevents heat to affect the BL Touch. It just kind of cover up the BL Touch, make it look stealthy. So really cool setup. But because of that, you have to sacrifice the X end stop switch. So you, in this case, I have to use sensorless homing, and it's no big deal. Oh, I won't enclose this. I'm just gonna leave it open just because it's designed to be open. I know a lot of people are doing little weird design to enclose this printer, but honestly, between that being enclosed and my 2.4 being enclosed, I only need two printers to print ABS. Everything else can print PTG and PLA. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of these are PLA, PTG printing machines, but the 2.4 and 1.8 will be dedicated ABS only printers. I ain't printing nothing else on those things. It's just nothing but ABS on them. These can just be my little figurine printing, my little element printing kind of collection kind of printers. That's really what these are going to be doing. And I do have a little side business that my wife prints. She designs stuff and I print it and sell it. So we do have that as a little small income coming in. If I can start printing parts for other people, like Voron parts, I'll try to do that on Etsy. I mean, I'm not looking to make a profit on it, but if I can help other people out instead of waiting on the printed forward stuff line, I can be that alternative. And you guys see my print quality. It's not terrible. It's not even close to terrible. It's actually pretty good. So you wouldn't be losing out on much in that case. Alright, to answer your question, Tyrone, printer should you build? As a first printer, so the easiest in my opinion out the batch is a switch wire. Actually, I built big switch wires. So basically I took some S8, I'm pretty sure you guys seen on my channel, Sunlu S8. You can even use a CR10, but I really like the way the S8 looks. And especially that there's a dude that has a Facebook group called King. He, Mike King, he made some a housing for the front of the Sunlu S8 that makes it even look 10 times better. So I turned those into switch wire. So you can go a switch wire, which would be the easiest build. The second easiest build is this. This don't take much to build. But if you definitely want a big printer, Voron wise, 2.4, 350 millimeters. I mean, the 1.8 is good too, honestly. But if you're just looking for something bigger, the 2.4 will be the biggest printer in terms of volume, will be the one to go with. Oh yeah, absolutely. The PIF is a great service. You know why? I thought about joining up with it because I read it and everything, but I've printed parts for other folks so far, and they love the part. The print, they're surprised at the print quality. So, but definitely, if you can wait for the PIF, do it. But I don't mind selling parts too. It's not like I'm gonna make a profit. I ain't selling my stuff for like expensive stuff, you know. But if I can help someone get their printer up and running, then that'd be awesome, you know. While enjoying a small little kickback from that, and that kickback is gonna go right back into the channel. It's not gonna like go in my pocket or anything like that. It's just gonna fund more adventures with this channel. It took me about, to print, like, believe it or not, it took to print out all this part, because I print a bunch of parts in one go. In total, about 3 days to print out everything. Like I said, this printer is not slow. It's no slouch at all. I mean, even though you hear me telling me it's only 25K acceleration, 120 millimeters a second, you got to keep in mind that my travel speed is 5K. So between traveling between the print parts, it's like zipping across like that. So the traveling makes up and kill a lot of the time. So it's no slouch at all. But I'm also looking for quality at the same time, especially if I'm going to sell you guys printed parts or sell printed parts. I don't want you guys getting any subpar prints because I'm printing it fast. I want quality. So if I'm selling you something, I want when you see it, you be like, damn, like, actually it really looks really good, you know? I have a series coming up. I think you guys might be interested in this one. I know I'm not a big channel, but I just like to just show what I know. I mean, eventually all that I do, people will eventually discover it and realize that I have a lot to offer. I'm just a small channel, so you know, it's a slow discovery for me. But I'm gonna do a clipper tuning video. So basically, once I finish building this, we're gonna go through a fresh clipper installation, a fresh configuration, a fresh tuning, basically input shaper, pressure advance, Cura. So I'm gonna go through a little series like that. Maybe that can point to some people about print quality. I show you exactly what I do to combat certain things and how I get my print to look the way they do. I think that would be beneficial for a lot of people because I know a lot of people just build printers, but they don't show you what the slicer settings you use. They don't show you how you tune in order. So in order, you know, whether it's input shaper first, pressure advance, then extrusion. Like nobody really does that. It's in bits and pieces. So if I can provide a video of building a printer, configuration, installation, all that in one, I think that would be awesome for a lot of people to follow. Like, wow, like you actually went through the whole process. So I'm going to take this as an opportunity to go through the full-on process of getting a printer from scratch to actually printing really nice. No, ER, I don't use firmware retraction. I use retraction from the slicer instead. I've seen it. It's not something I really want to mess with. I just believe in, for example, like, some folk, I know Clipper is powerful, but some folks use, like, a lot of the start code from the from Clipper itself, and just plug in the macro into the slicer. I prefer the slicer doing the star code for me, just so I don't have a whole bunch of, random stuff in the config. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it's unnecessary. I don't want that. I want my config as clean as possible. So if I need to share it, you're not necessarily confused of what's in it. You know what I'm saying? So I use a slicer and the config to work together, just like the board and Clipper itself, the Raspberry Pi. I kind of split the job. I just want to split the job. I don't want everything all in the config. So just makes it easier, and you know what the problem is. You can kind of detect the problem. Yeah, once I put this up, I'm gonna start the other print. Make sure we get that those idlers printed. Oh, don't fall there. This makes life so much easier using these things, man. There we go. Yes. There we go. Alright. Alright, let me let you guys see the print, what I printed. This is so satisfying. This is why I like spring steel. I used to love glass, and I'm pretty sure you guys can see in the beginning of my channel I love glass, but nothing beats just doing this. Nothing beats that, man. Like nothing beats that at all. Just flex it, it pops right off. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. That nothing beats at all. So this is what I was printing. The purpose of this is to, let me show you what it looks like. So it's to create a contrast. So let me wipe this down. Looks like I have water here. So it goes like this. So I'm going to glue it up, and it gives a nice little contrast at the back. So see what I'm talking about, the black and brown. So you're gonna see the black and brown theme throughout the whole build. My kids out there being loud. Boys, I'm on stream. Please respect that. Alright, so I'm gonna rest this down. Okay. Now we're gonna start another print real quick. So bear with me, guys. I'm just starting a real quick print. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to show you guys exactly how I prepare my prints. So hopefully you guys can see me over there. Take my stuff. I just take this off. Remember, if you don't wipe this down, nothing will stick. It's kind of hard to avoid not putting your hands on there. It really is. It's hard to avoid not to. So this is why I have 99% alcohol in a bottle and some wipes. So if I can find where I put it. There we go. Alright. Bottle with alcohol, 99% alcohol, basically call it 100%. And that's a paper towel. All I do is just spray on there. I usually do it on the inside because it's just easier, so I don't have to touch it. That's it, and then I just wipe it down on the inside. And that prevents any oil from my fingers, because that's your enemy, right? If oil's on there, you try to print, it's not even gonna stick. So you want to get all the oils off your finger, off the bed, and then once that's done, I just lock it up and preheat. Just literally lock it up and just hit the preheat button and let it sit there and warm up, and then I just hit print. I'm gonna show you guys my print setup, so let me preheat it real quick. That's it. Let it warm up. Oh, hey, yes, I'm a keyboard nerd as well. This is I think I have Cherry. I want to say Cherry MX Blues in these. They're pretty clicky. I'm not sure if you can hear that. If you hear this, I'm pretty sure you can hear it. They're pretty clicky. I really like the tactile sound, and they're pretty quick, like really quick. I think I paid $120 for this keyboard. It's very short. I'll show you. It's very small. Very small. I 3D printed this key so that way you can see it's like the Dragon Ball Z dragon from the Dragon Ball Z, but very heavy, very small, USB Type C, very clicky. It's kind of filthy because I eat on my desk, but I really love it. Really love this keyboard. Just start on the other one in the meantime while that's warming up. It takes a little bit to get warm up. Give it use about 20 minutes, and it's about 50 degrees in there. So I just let it warm up, and then I'll just go there and press my hand at the plexiglass to see how it warms. As long as it feels warm, I just hit print, and that's it. Yo, 65% is king, ER. 65% is king. Keep in mind, I'm also a gamer. If I think I don't think I've mentioned the specs of my build, but I have a Ryzen 3900X 12 core 24 thread processor from AMD. I have a Radeon Vega 7. It's kind of outdated. It's like 2 years old now. It's the Vega architecture. So I have a Vega 7, Radeon 7, and 16 gigabytes of G-Skill Royals. I don't really like the lighting on it. I prefer it. I prefer the what's it called now? I prefer that semi-translucent look where it makes the light a little bit more even than the glossy looks. I don't really like the glossy, but they're G-Skill Royals. They're at 1800 megahertz. What else? Got two 1 terabyte SSD in RAID 0 for my game storage. I got a 1 terabyte M.2 as my Windows boot drive, and it's all water cooled. I have a triple radiator and a 120 at the back, keeping everything cooled. I made my own coolant from scratch. It has 2 pumps. It has a water temperature sensor. Pretty much it's full-on nerdism in that PC. One of these days I'll showcase it because I got to update. I'll pull it down on a stream one day and redo it on a stream one day. I think that would be fun. Like I said, it's not just about 3D printers. I do other stuff in the process. So yeah. So look out for that too. I'll pull it down, redo my coolant from scratch, all that fun jazz. So yes, I'm a full-on gamer too. That's coming. I'm not sure if you guys saw the trailer with Battlefield 2142. I'm freaking excited about that. I'm a big Battlefield guy. I will be streaming that. I will be live streaming gameplay with that stuff. So like I said, there's a whole bunch of plans for this channel. I'm not just going to be just 3D printing all the time. There'll be other content to enjoy as well. So, but yeah, let me not ramble on because I'll ramble on. Let me get this ready too. Bring back down the camera here. Tip this back down. There we go. Yes, I've always had iron rigs, man. Before the 3D printer came into my life, I've had nothing but high-end rigs. There's never one time that I don't have the latest and greatest. The only reason why you don't see a RX 6800 or 6900 XT, which is about what $1,000 in my PC right now, is because all the scalpers, all the people doing Bitcoin mining, are taking up all the GPUs, so I can't get any GPUs to buy. And I do have a budget for it. I save my money so that way I can buy one, but I can't get anyone at MSRP. So I'm kind of just gonna wait till AMD release something new. Maybe their Zen 4 line of processor and GPU, and then I'll upgrade then. So that's the only problem, is you'd have seen an upgrade in my PC already. So yeah, every year I upgrade my PC. Every year. I mean, I can't even tell you how much money I waste in upgrading PC alone. But every year I upgrade my PC. Come on. Stuff is so hard to get out. There we go. think it's about hot right now. I'm gonna test it and then I'm gonna hit print. I'm gonna show you guys what my start G code does. So my start G code on that printer, it homes first, then it goes into a Z tilt just to make sure my bed is trammed. Then it goes into a 3x3 bed mesh, and then it homes again to make sure that it resets my Z offset. And then once that, it goes into printing. So I'm gonna show you guys what it does. And then it changed the LED from green to red while it's printing. And then when it stopped printing, then it goes back. Actually, you know what? Because I have the fan going on, I didn't turn that off. Yeah, I didn't turn that off. That was my filter fan in the background running. I keep forgetting to turn that off. I'm looking for a G code to turn that off, because what happens is once it does this and it finishes a print, the filter fan kicks on right as the print is finished. But I always forget when I'm preheating to turn off the filter fan because it sucks out all the heat. So I need to remember or put a G code in to turn off the filter fan after a certain amount of point. Like maybe when the bed reached like 50 degrees to shut off, but I don't know how to do that, so that's another thing I need to work on. I'm pretty sure it can be done. I just really haven't sat there and figured out that part out yet. Yeah, I mean, I could definitely run a macro for it. I guess I'm just being lazy, and I can just switch it off from there, just like I just switch it off from the web interface. But I want it automated. You know, I like automation. I like when the software and the firmware does the work for me. I don't want to have to do all of that. So, and I like macros too. Don't get me wrong. Macros are pretty cool, but I don't want to have to touch anything. I just want to hit print. It does everything I tell it to do and do everything by itself. So by the time I hit print again, it does everything I tell it to do. I don't want to have to touch anything else. So that's my goal, is to make it all automated. But yes, macros are pretty cool. But I'll figure it out. Once I figure it out, I'll show you guys. I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out. I'm a software guy, by the way. I'm a software technician. That's my daily job. So I'm pretty sure I'll figure it out. Oh, I understand what you're saying now, ER. Gotcha, yeah. Hey, Victor. Welcome, buddy. Nice to see you, man. Oh, the reason why I started the stream a little later, it would have been a the stream would have been about the stream would have been a little earlier, around 1 o'clock, but I pushed the stream back because pretty sure you guys know a big YouTuber, Thomas. I don't know if to say his last name, Salamander. I think I want to say his last name. He's building a Voron 2.4, and of course everybody's over there. I'm a small YouTuber compared to him, so ain't nobody gonna be here. But I appreciate my little audience. It just makes it more personal. But yeah, I was watching him building his 2.4, so I pushed the stream back a little bit because I wanted to see what he's doing. It's cool. I'm curious to see once he get it up and running what he thinks, you know, like the whole, like his opinion in terms of the whole Voron stuff. Alright. Oh, I guess I could have reused them. It is what it is. I don't need them though. I'll give it to someone else. I guess I could have reused them. I didn't do it. Alright. Let's see if it's hot enough. Yep, it is warm enough. Probably feel like about 50 degrees in there. So I'm going to show you guys what happened. I'm going to switch the camera around so you guys can see the whole process of what happened. That way you guys have an idea of how my setup runs. I need to move this camera, so I'm going to have to plug this out because I don't need it. Alright. So I'm going to show you guys what this process looked like for me. Alright. Let you guys see. Let me change the view real quick. Alright, that is not the greatest view, guys. Hold on. That is okay. It's a little bright. See if I can get this a little lower. It's a little bright in there. Let me come down just a little bit more. Alright, I think that's a little bit better. Alright, so I'm going to show you guys what happens. So, going ahead, I'm going to hit print. There we go. So it homes. It might want to pick up the what's the name because I didn't have it anchored down all the way, but it's okay. Then it does a Z tilt. The light's green currently. My Z tilt is set for 0.001. So more aggressive than the 0.01 that most people use. So it's 0.01. I try to get the bed as level as possible. Ignore the elastic band. That's because my the top of the latch that grips the filament, it's a little loose, so I'm gonna have to reprint that because it's just loose. It just won't stay down. So I have to use that just to kind of hold it so that way it extrudes filament. It's just a temporary hold for now. I'll reprint it at some point. It's just gonna keep doing that. It's at, see if I can show you guys where it's at right now. So So as you can see, guys, it's showing its tolerance there. I appreciate that, ER. So I set a tolerance of a retry of 20. The reason why the retry of 20 is high because sometimes it takes a little bit to get to that tolerance. Because look, I set it at 0.002, right? So it takes a little bit more tries to get it down to that tolerance. That's quite tight. Now, if I moved it up to, like, let's say 0.01, then it would have done it already. But because I'm trying to get my bed as flat as possible, I'm talking about 0.002 millimeters. That's quite extreme. It's just going back and forth. But look, it achieved it, and now it's doing a 3-point bed leveling. This is a 3x3 bed mesh. You don't need a lot of bed mesh for this because the bed is already as flat as you can get it. The bed is within 0.01 in terms of how warped it is. It's not warped that badly. So once it gets to the bed mesh, then you'll see that it'll rehome, trigger back the Z end stop to make sure it gets the Z offset that is set in the firmware for it, and then it's gonna start putting on a purge, and then the light turns from green to red. It's freaking cool. Literally like Iron Man, but you know, of course, just different color lights. All right, it's gonna home. Then it's going to trigger the Z offset. And then it's going to purge a line in the front. Alright, look at it turning red. When it goes to print, it turns red, which is badass. It just looks so badass doing that. Look, just turn red. And that's it. That's my start G code. So, yeah guys, that was it. That's my start G code. Pretty fancy, huh? Pretty slick. Alright, let's get back to business here. bite this down a little bit. I appreciate that, Victor. I try to be, man. I try to be that dude. Yeah, this came out pretty good. All right, then we'll go here. Alright, let's mount the outer pieces. Okay, so these are the one that mounts at the side, and then, okay. So we got to make sure this is mounted correctly. So like so, right, okay. I want to. Okay, all right. I don't care. My butt, my butt cheek itches, boys. Sometimes that happens. Like I gotta itch it. All right. All right. This goes this way. Yeah, that's the way. Yep, that's exactly how it goes. Top one in. Yeah, it itches, man. I don't want to sit here and dig on my ass on the stream. My wife. Yeah, that would be a disaster. Could you imagine just say, oh, on stream you just digging your ass out, just building your freaking printer? Oh my God. Oh man. Never a dull moment, guys. Never a dull moment. That's the other way. Oh, this way. No, it's out. Oh, I did that wrong. Right? Yeah, I did that wrong. It's supposed to be flipped over the other way. It's like, why is it? Yeah. Did that wrong. It's supposed to be flipped over. Are the mill aluminum parts for the Corona any good? What are you talking about, Tyrone? Exactly what you're talking about. I did that wrong, man. I put the... no. Which way this thing goes? This side, right? There we go. That's what it was. Alright, come on, man. You know I had it right. There we go. I knew I was on the right path. Yo, guys, I'm gonna give you guys another heads up. Like, it's so important to pay attention to what you're doing, because I'm telling you, it is so easy to mess up. Because there's so much of the same parts, but you have to have them a certain way. It is so easy to mess up. I'm gonna turn the camera back on, guys. I want you to see what happened when my print is done. Exactly, ER. Not even having a manual for this don't make it any better. That's why I have to be using the CAD just as a guide, just for me to not mess up, because it's so quick to just mess this up. So. Yes, so on AliExpress you can get... Alright, I gotta show you guys this real quick before I answer your question. I want you to see this. Look when it's done. Look what happened with the lights. It's almost done. Check this out. Turns green. Isn't that badass? Oh, that is so badass. And it's done. It took literally, how much minutes that took? Took 10 minutes, and look, the fan kicked on. The filter fan. Like I said, I'm almost there with the G code. I just need to, when it turns 50C, it just turns off. That's all I need. But that was badass. I just wanted to show you guys that. That was pretty sick. Alright, to answer your question, Tyrone, so there's a couple of kits on AliExpress. There is the V2.4 kits, a lot of that. I was tempted to do that, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I was tempted to buy the V2.4, but I didn't do that. I just sourced everything myself. But I did get the frame and the enclosure from Print Solid, or LDO as they call them. I'm not sure if it's the same company, but Print Solid here in America sell the frame kit and the enclosure. You can also get V0 kits on AliExpress. The only kit you can't get is the V1.8, the Legacy, but you can get also switch wire kit from AliExpress as well and Printed Solid. So those are the three kits you can get: the switch wire, the V0, and the 2.4. The 1.8 and the Legacy don't have any kits. But the Legacy, again, like I said, if you had a, let's say, a Creality Ender 5, Creality Ender 5 Pro, or Tronxy X5SA, you can make a Legacy like I'm doing, or you can make a actual V1.8 or 2.4 out of it if you kind of have the know-how. If you know to mess with the CAD for this, then you can actually do it. So you don't necessarily have to buy a frame kit, but if you kind of have a little bit of know-how, you can actually finesse this and turn it into any one of those. But as far as the route I took, this is the cheapest route. Just buy an existing Tronxy, spend no more than $200 extra, and you have a Voron Legacy. It's really that cheap. It's like $400. Well, $475 if you think about it. Alright, so got the second one down. I'm not going to tighten this up yet. I'm just going to keep these at the side so they sit like this. Exactly like that. So I'm just going to wait on that first. I'm not going to wait till this cool down. The bed is still hot, but I just need them. I'm going to pop it off so we can continue. There we go. So this is what I needed for these are the standoff, the printed, well, not washer, what would you call these now? It's like idler washer thingies, I'm not sure what you would call them. They're in the manual, but like, these are what I needed. I forgot to print 4 of them, so I needed them. So we can continue with the mounting at the top here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So now that I have it, now I can continue this. So next move is to mount the side. Okay, yeah, let's do that. Yeah, let's do that real quick. So we have this idlers. So let's do that. Yeah, let's do that real quick. Let's change out and swap these out. So got that, got this. And where's that? Got this as well. This. This. We don't need this anymore. Looking for one more piece here, guys. I can't even tell where it's at. But let's take this apart. This is your stack. This is your stack that the X Gantry runs on. So I'm taking this apart, and then we're gonna make it for these two, and then we're gonna run the Y axis. Then we'll put the X, and then once I do all of that up here, then we'll just call the stream after that. So it shouldn't take that long, because I don't want to go crazy long with the streams, but I just want to get this part done at least and out of the way. And we can call it a day on the stream. Ooh. There we go. I wonder if that can reach. Hold on. I'm gonna try to see something, guys. I wonder if this can reach down a little closer. That way you guys can kind of see what I'm doing a little closer here. Alright, there we go. Maybe you guys can see what I'm doing a little closer here. Wow. Yo, I made a lot of mistakes. Look at that. So there was supposed to be 2 washers here, and I had 1. So I made a lot of mistakes here, guys. A lot of mistakes. I'm glad I'm pulling it down now because I just realized I didn't even have an extra washer. And that's probably what caused a lot of my issue with the belts. A lot of mistakes just now. Yep. Oh, I got 2 washers on this one, but man, that's crazy. I had one washer on the other one. A lot of mistakes there. So glad I'm pulling it down because alright, nice to see you, Tyrone, man. No problem. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. We'll see you at some point. I might have another stream some point. We'll see sometime during next week. So don't worry, buddy. I'm glad you were able to join. Alright, so let me grab, so I have 2 washers. I need more washers here. There are 2 more washers here. Let's do that instead. I'm going to use these washers instead. Not going to use these ones. I can't believe I didn't have enough. Alright, so take this. Take this. How does this sit? So, right. Like so. Okay. Hey Al, welcome to the stream, brother. Alright, so like so. I gotta look back at this as reference here. So it sits. That's the only part of this, man. You gotta look at the stuff to just make sure you're not messing up. So it sits like, you know what? I'm just gonna add the what's the name first. So we know this goes at the top. This goes at the top. This goes at the bottom, like so. Alright, like so. Okay, so it sits like this. So make this a little bigger so you guys can see what I'm doing. That helps a lot. There we go, so you guys can kind of see what I'm actually doing here. Alright, I don't want to over tighten it, but that holds that in place. And then we work on the back. Take there's a little small one for the back, right? It's one of these. Yeah, it's one of these. Take that. One at the bottom here. Okay, so this goes washer. This is so awkward to do, guys. You just have to have a lot of patience to put this crap in. I wonder how I'm gonna get this on. Maybe I should have done it all together, but this. Crap. All right. That worked. Got it on. Alright, got it, guys. Man, that was awkward to do. So, looks like this. Nice and free. Both have washers. I made sure washers in between. So there should be no problems in terms of spacing. Alright. So now we gotta make sure I have the right one here. So this goes like so this way. Right? Is that right? Why does it? Oh. I think I did something wrong, y'all. Oh. Well, of course I would have done it wrong. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Well, that's a pain in the butt. And I don't even think I can take it off now. First mistake, guys. Alright. See, this is why it's so good to pay attention. I'm glad this is happening on stream, so that way we can prevent this. So, just like I did this, I'm pretty sure someone else will do this. So, it's really meant to be this way. So, what I did wrong was, there's two nuts that goes here. It's supposed to flip the other way around. So, it's supposed to go the other way. I have it the opposite way. So, instead of it fitting like this, I'll show you guys. See how close that fit? And instead of it fitting like this, look at the problem. Oh, that fit really well. Hold on, let me pop it off. There we go. Look, and I'm gonna have to fix this off stream because yeah, that's gonna be a pain. See that gap? Yeah. Had it the wrong way. So I'm gonna have to flip. I have to figure out a way to pop this off and flip it the other way and then push it back on. Yeah, that's a sign of frustration. That sucks because that really held up the whole thing. And I did both of them like that, so now I'm gonna have to flip both of them around the opposite way and put it in. Dang it, man, that blows, yo. So that put a pause on everything because I'm gonna have to fix that before we can do another stream. What else can I do in the meantime? I don't think I can do anything else at the moment. And we've been here. Let me see. Yeah, we've been going for 2 hours. So, it's really put a damper on things. Because now I'm going to have to really do this and get this fixed and then mount it. So, you know what, guys? I'm just gonna call it, fix it, and we'll do another stream. I know Thomas is doing a stream on Sunday. I know Nero is doing a stream Saturday as usual. I'm not doing anything, so I might just pop up a stream on Saturday. I'm pretty sure everybody will be off by then. I might do one just like around this time, like maybe 1 o'clock again, just so we can get this done. But this sucks because now it just kind of put a wrench in everything for me, so I'm gonna have to fix that. So this is gonna be goodbye for now, but I appreciate you guys. Let me make sure to fix the camera so you guys can see my face. Appreciate you guys. A little disappointed, but it's okay. We'll just get that done, and then I'll create another stream, and we'll just start picking up back Saturday morning around noon. And I know everybody wants to watch the Nero stream, and I want to watch it too as well. So we'll pick up around noon, maybe 1, and continue, and then progress from there. So, but. Appreciate you guys coming to watch. Love you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys make this fun and entertainment. It feels real personal doing this, so it's awesome to be able to share this with you guys. So I'll go ahead and fix that off stream, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. So take it easy. Peace. Have a good one.